Hello and welcome to Outplay's YouTube channel. 2025 has arrived and the stage is set to make a rocking beginning in sales. To help you do that, today we are joined by Laxman, the CEO of Outplay. Hey Laxman, a very happy new year.
Thank you, Taira. Happy New Year to you and all our customers as well.
Yes, so how was New Year for you? This is our first video in 2025, so I'm quite excited for it.
Yeah, I was waiting for this moment. We did a lot in 2024 and 2023, so it's good to start this and we should do more. Of course, it's just the beginning.
Yeah. So, today's topic is how to win more sales in 2025. Because new year, new beginning, everybody has their resolutions planned, especially sales folks. I'm thinking they must be planned. They have to hit pipelines, they have to hit quotas. So before we get to that how can you win more sales in 2025? First, let's talk about how is it going to be. How is 2025 going to be for sales and sales folks? Is it going to be tougher than 2024 or is it going to be easier? Because 2024 saw a lot of new things, AI, customer centricity, more of relationship building. What is it going to be in 2025?
Yeah, and I won't say it's going to be easy. There is more help that you're going to get in 2025, especially with AI. That's what happened in 2024. It was, of course, challenging, but then you got a lot of help in terms of all the new AI stuff that came in. Like a lot of repetitive tasks you were able to like automate them. You were able to be more efficient and go on precise on every account and every prospect that you otherwise would have to do a lot of research by yourself and all that stuff. So I would say it's not going to be easy, and sales is always challenging. So nothing will replace that. So it's going to be more challenging because you'll have a lot of people that are more efficient now than otherwise, because all these tools will by default make salespeople efficient by giving them more information, feeding them, reminding them what to do in terms of next steps and all that stuff, right? So it's both an opportunity and also a challenging time.
So you're saying that competition will increase.
Competition will increase for sure, not just in terms of the competitive products, but the competitive salespeople as well.
Yeah, coming to that. So, let's talk about the way of doing sales because every year customers change. Not too much, but still there's a slight change in the customer and their mindset. So, how should a salesperson approach a sale, approach a deal, approach a customer in 2025? Should we keep doing cold calls, snap selling? What is going to rule the game in 2025, according to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. So fundamentally, the way we all sell as salespeople is not going to change. I mean, in terms of the channels that you use, all those things will not change. Cold calling, social selling, and all that will stay and will be effective, but only for those who adopt the new ways of doing it. It's just the way you do it, right? So then, see, for example, if we take cold calling, we have seen cold calling work for like decades. And we used to take those yellow pages and desk phone. Now we've migrated into all these databases, intent-based selling. We were dialing one by one, and now we are doing power dialing, parallel dialing in terms of increasing the volumes, right? So with the increase of all these tools, obviously there is a drawback. Again, taking cold call example in terms of connect rates,
Right.
right? So cold calling, social selling, all these are all gonna stay and they all will work, but not for everybody. So they're gonna work for the people who adopt the new ways of doing it. In terms of how will you pick the right contact database? How will you research them not just by the person's name, like just calling out your name or your company name is not personalization anymore. That used to be, but not anymore. Like, so there's personalization as in like, hey, I've seen your LinkedIn video or a post that you've written. Used to be the great personalization, but it's not anymore, right? So there are a lot of tools in AI and otherwise also that will give you a lot of information, in-depth information about the person and also the company that they are working for, right from including their financials to challenges they have, and all that stuff. So there are triggers available that will trigger you when something happens in that particular company, and then you reach out to the person exactly at the right time. So there are so many new developments have come in. So the people who adopt those will be successful, but the mode of selling is not going to change anything like great. We all will follow the same process, same channels, but we'll do it in a different way.
That's quite interesting to know, and that's quite a peep into the window. Knowing everything
Exactly.
about you and then approaching the person.
Exactly. This all used to take a lot of time, and that's why a lot of salespeople were not doing it. And when you did that, you would stand out, of course. But now the reason I said it will be more competitive, not just in terms of your competitive products, but the competitive salespeople also, because now tools are automatically pushing salespeople to do those things.
Right.
It's not that you have to spend a lot of time and do your research, but the moment you open your screen, you see what are those accounts that you need to go after, who are those people, and what's the trigger. So then you just use that trigger to reach out to them and start building relationships.
So I think a lot of emotional intelligence will be required.
Exactly.
Okay, so 2025 is going to be challenging. And what are the three skills? Right now, we're talking about using tools and looking out for that trigger. What are the three skills, essential skills that will be required to stand out as a salesperson in this year?
Yeah. So I would say the most important one is staying up to date on what's happening in terms of technology, the tools, the industry that you are selling into, and in the lives of those people that you are targeting to reach out to. Because not every industry is getting revolutionized as compared to the other industries. There are some industries which are not adopting any of these yet. There are some adopting all these new technologies, new tools, AI, and all that stuff. So the first and foremost thing is to staying up to date on what's happening and adopting those things. So that when you adopt those and when you learn firsthand, when you talk to your prospects, they see you as the expert.
Right.
And people love to work with those experts, right? So that's why even though you're a salesperson, when you join a call with somebody in that industry, they should see you as like, oh man, this guy knows a lot about what is happening, and they will help me adopt all those things, or their tool has all those things that will force all of us to adopt those new stuff that's happening in our industry, so that we stay up to date in terms of in their product also. That's why people buy different products, is to help them grow their business and stay relevant to what is happening in the business, right? So that's my first and foremost thing, is to become an expert in whatever the industry or the vertical that you're selling into. That's the very important thing, right? So earlier we used to say become an expert in the product that you're selling, but that's not true anymore.
Really?
Right. Yeah. And the second thing is go on in a consultative selling mode. And this is not new. This is the fundamentals of sales for decades. Do go about a consultating selling approach, not a pushy sales. That intention should not be that I have a product, you have a need, just buy it. Kind of even the pricing and all that stuff is also changing right now, is not just on your product pricing, but it's kind of an outcome based pricing or outcome based selling. So what is that you're going to
Yeah.
get
Can you
if you buy the product?
explain that a bit in detail? Outcome-based pricing and selling?
Yeah, exactly. So the way we used to sell historically, the way we used to sell not just software, but anything is like, hey, you have a need and I have a product that will help you do that. But that's not working anymore, or that will not work anymore in the future, because you have a product, you have a problem, and I have a product is not going to work. You have a problem and I'm going to solve it for you, right? So customers want to see their problems being solved, not just giving a tool uh, to do it themselves. So either you do it manually, or there is a services angle to a lot of enterprise products. That's what they were doing. Like, because people don't know, because customers don't know how to use your complex product. Now there is a services angle for that. So Salesforce, Workday, and a lot of ERP solutions. So these were the famous sales that were managed by supporting services either through a third party or in-house teams, right? So now that kind of an approach is coming to even for the smaller products as well. They're not complex to use, but now the customer's expectation has grown that they want to see the problem getting solved, not just giving them a tool and tell how to solve it. Like if you're a simple and easy to use small product with a small ticket size, obviously you can't afford to have that managed services and all that stuff. So that's where in a lot of places the AI also coming into the picture, which is like through an AI agent model. So there is an agent, it will solve your problems, or it will at least give you a step-by-step approach to solve, so that you don't have to be an expert in my product. You have to be expert in your industry, your product. But if you're buying 10 different products, no one is expecting you to be expert in all those 10 products as well.
So less of headache,
Right.
zero headache.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what I mean by outcome-based selling. And that automatically brings you to the outcome-based pricing as well. Like, I have a problem, you're solving it, how much does it cost? Right. So now I think in the future, it's not a big thing yet. We are still working on a monthly basis pricing or an annual basis pricing per license, per seat kind of a model. But I think that's going to change. And it's kind of changing already in few industries or few verticals where AI products are more relevant.
Right, right. And I think that
Right.
makes much more sense as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So the products will become cheaper, but the outcomes will become expensive now that we are showing the outcome. So if you're driving me more sales, or if you're driving me more of whatever I am looking for, I'm happy to pay more.
That's quite
Right.
interesting. And I think
Yeah.
it's going to be the future. Also, regarding this point of yours, that you don't have to be pushy, and that pushiness is a thing of the past now. So that brings us to discounts, because usually during the year there are many times when we are pushing discounts, and I've seen salespeople running around that, okay, to close a deal, they're offering you heavy discounts, hefty discounts. There's a lot of bargaining going on. Is that going to be a thing of the past soon? Or, sometimes they say that ethics and customers are not looking for discounts, but they're looking for genuine products. So, what do you think is going to be there?
I won't say it's a thing of the past. Uh, Sales people buying from people will always have these negotiations, depending on the geography you're selling into, depending on the industry you're selling into, and time of the deal and all that stuff. So discounts historically have come from those physical products. So you have an inventory in the store that you want to get rid of before you get the fresh batch. So that's when you think of giving a discounts, because you have to save a lot of real estate, right? So discounting and buying with discounts is kind of inculcated in a lot of cultures, a lot of demographics, right? But then if you're using those to just close, which is what the pushy sales that we talk about, right? So I just want to sell by whatever means. Either you offer a discount in terms of dollar value, or you offer a discount in terms of giving them more access to the more product or something. That's still gonna work, but now customers are not, as you said, customers are not just looking for discounts. They are looking for more value. If you promise me more sales, I'm willing to spend more, irrespective of whether you are giving a discount or not. But if you're not driving any value or not giving me any extra sales or the revenue, whatever I'm looking for, even you give the discount, it doesn't matter to me.
The discount won't buy.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So discounts will stay. It will work in some cases, won't work in some cases.
Obviously,
But
we all
only with the
love
discounts if
saving
you
money.
exactly. So, but only with the discounts are you able to sell more and make more money?
So, what is the third skill now? First is staying up
No.
to date. Second
Oh
is
yeah. Third is building your own brand. So the brand building, when we were talking about brand building, it's about brands, right? So we never thought of as a human build a brand for yourself,
right.
right? So first we were all talking about building a brand for your brand, and then comes to like the founders or CEOs building a brand for the company. So we have seen a lot of companies and a lot of CEOs, even the public, private, small, huge, everybody is very active on social media, building a brand for themselves and building a brand for their companies, right? But now we have seen a lot of people who we call them as now influencers, right? So the
Content
moment you start
creators.
building a brand, exactly. So the moment you start building a brand for yourself, no matter which company that you are working for, you already have a name, you already have followers to see, like, okay, where is this person going? What is this person selling? And why is this person talking about whatever the topic that you're talking about? Right. So we did a lot of those for not just for Outplay, not just for my profile, but a lot of outplayers that are working in Outplay also has built a lot of content over the LinkedIn. LinkedIn is special for us because we sell to salespeople and they're all on LinkedIn. So
Right.
similarly, whatever you're selling, there is a social platform that's relevant for those people. So when you start creating really unique and insightful content over there, then naturally people will see you as the expert. And they have those logos. Earlier, we used to talk about logos. If you think of a problem, then immediately you would kind of recall a logo that talks about the problem or that could solve the problem. But now it's also people. Like, so the moment you talk about, let's say you're talking about cold calling and you bought a bunch of tools, hired a bunch of people, and you're doing cold calling and you see the connect rates are low or you're not able to book the meetings. So what would come to your mind immediately? It's not logos first. It's about the people in your network. You see the content every day. So you see, oh, okay, this person talks a lot about cold calling and have shared a lot of success stories or screenshots about them being able to book meetings. Let me talk to this person and see if he can help.
Right. So
So
if you
now that could be a product, that could be a service.
sales influencer now. Wow. A sales
Yeah, and
celebrity.
everybody has to build a brand. That's where we are heading to, right? Because it's very easy. Within a few seconds, you can just go sign up and have a profile for yourself.
Right.
It wasn't the case like probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago, even though you're the most creative person in your industry, it's very hard to produce your content, put it out to public and reach those audience. Now it's very easy. Like you just build a profile in few minutes, they record a video, do a great job, post it, and immediately at least 10 people are seeing, even though if it's your first video.
Right. Right.
Right?
So you have to
So
go
build a
big
brand for
on
yourself, which will
organic.
automatically become that consultative.
Yeah. So you have to go big on organic content as well, that showcases you as a person,
Exactly.
your personality as a person, and kinds of adds value to people who are watching it.
Exactly. And in fact, a lot of successful salespeople that you might have seen in the recent years, be it LinkedIn or when you go through those top 30 HDRs or top 100 AEs across the US and all these reports done by Outplay and companies like Six Sense, Demand Base, and all these, right? Almost all of them, or probably 90-95% of them, are the people that are really active on LinkedIn when it comes to the sales. Similarly, you'll have different platforms for different industries and verticals. Uh, but then these are the people who are naturally active on LinkedIn, sharing a lot of content and engaging with the fellow sales folks. So
Right.
they automatically become successful because now that once you build a brand, you're not depending on your marketing team or your company to give you the leads. You are building your own leads automatically.
Right.
So then your chances of winning is way higher than the person waiting for the leads to come in versus you're supplementing yourself and building your own pipeline at the same time. And your win rates will be more because it's an inbound interest. They already see you as an expert, and that's why they came to you. So now that even though if they go for three other competitors who are doing the same thing, you're not looking at the same way in terms of the salespeople from those three companies.
Yeah, right, right. That's very interesting, Lakshman. And I think we should also make a video on how to stand out in content, organic content, which will help, I think, sales folks, because everybody should have a personal brand and how they can be unique and stand out from others. That will be helpful.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not very easy to do. That's the reason you don't see everybody doing it.
Yeah.
Right? So you could be the smart person in the room, you know everything, but it's not very easy to put it out
Yeah.
and put it out consistently. That's matters.
Yeah, it is not easy at all. And but if you put in the effort, you're going to see the results.
Oh yeah, exactly. The consistency, right? Just be open and share whatever you know and whatever comes to your mind. It doesn't need to be I mean, there is nobody judging.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Just blurt it out.
Exactly. Even if they do, they somehow remember you even by judging. That's okay.
Yeah, so even bad, they say na negative publicity is also good publicity.
Exactly. Any publicity is a good publicity.
Okay, so coming to the end of this video, in a nutshell, what was the topic of our video was that how will I win more sales in 2025? So how will I crush my quotas? How will I get more deals? And how will I make big money in 2025? So what is your expert advice on that?
Adopt a lot of AI new tools that came into the picture to streamline your process and make yourself more efficient.
Would you recommend any tools? Would you like to name a few tools?
I mean, there are so many tools. Obviously, I'll be biased towards Outplay. Outplay is one of the tools, obviously, you can look for. A lot of AI capabilities that will help you to figure out what is the right account and the right prospects to go after at what time, by what channel, what means, right? And helping you get those emails, calls, go out. And with the connect rates, open rates, and all that I've taken care, right? And there are a lot of intent-based tools out there in the market, like RB2B, it could be 6sense, and a lot of signal-based and intent-based, right? So those are the tools. So those are just the examples, but there are a lot of AI tools that will help you research about a person or a company and have those alerts coming to you so that you're not waiting for them to come to you. You're going you're going to them
Yeah.
saying that, hey, we saw that this is happening and we are here to help you, right? So those are the tools that I mean by AI tools. Of course, there are a lot of tools out there in the market based on what you're selling and to whom you're selling. So adopt those tools, streamline your process, and make yourself more efficient so that whatever the time that you're spending it on the right things, not just the things that can be automated easily by using a tool or something. And personalize your outreach and build relationships. So either we are making a call, even it could be an inbound meeting also. Somebody booked a meeting doesn't mean you just talk about your solution. You should know about them as well. So the research about the person or the company, the personalization, will help you go a long way in terms of building relationships. When, like, let's say today, your prospects are uh, filling out those demo forms or sign up forms with three, four other competitors as well at the same time. So the speed matters. And once you reach out, let's say you're fast enough and you've reached out to the person, and the next, what do you know about my company matters. Don't make it all about your product and your company, but you should learn about who is the person and why they came here. Have they done anything and failed at? Have they used any of these products? Has their industry using these kind of products? Are there any success stories? So there's so many things that you have to look about that person. So that will help you build those long-lasting relationships to win the deals in this competitive market, which is the same as the consultative or the outcome based approach that we talked about.
Yeah.
And account based selling, account based marketing is nothing new, but with all these tools and the focus, we're eventually doing that only, the account based stuff, right? And utilize social selling to build connections and relationships. We talked about the personal branding,
Yeah.
so that's very evident. Like I know a lot of people who wants to do it, but they never start. Somehow we have sailed through 2024, but going forward is going to be challenging. As a salesperson, if you're not building your own pipeline, there is nobody else to blame.
Yeah.
It's you. So
Yeah.
that social selling will help doing that. Efficiency matters. And follow up is always, like there is a saying, money is in the follow up. Follow ups is more crucial than, so there's so much noise around everybody's life and everybody's industry that they are in. Constant follow ups is what makes you stay on top of the game.
Yeah, I remember when I was a journalist, my editor always used to tell me that follow-ups, follow-ups, there's a bigger story in follow-ups. So, and that used to be true also. Follow-up always gave me a bigger story. So I think that's true in sales also. And with what
Exactly.
you're saying, I think do less, but do it better. Focus more
Exactly.
on quality in
Yeah.
2025. So thank you so much, Lakshman. And I hope this video will help a lot of sales folks out there who are just, started their year. And today is Monday. We're recording this video. Monday is officially the first working day of the year. So I hope
Yeah,
this video is going to help it. And if you really like this video, so do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Outplay, and share and like this video. Thank you so much.
100%. Thank you so much. Thanks, Taira. Bye bye.
Bye bye.